Buongiorno everyone, welcome to the player ratings after the 2-1 defeat to Watford. I think it's my turn to go with Dúbravka this time. So, 2 penalties, 2-1s with Troy Deeney. I think he always seems to just blast him, Deeney, so it's going to be always hard to save him. The power that he puts through his shots. He smothered the ball a couple of times from across as well. Deeney had a couple of chances now, to be fair, especially when he was in the box. Thankfully, he hit it straight to Dúbravka, but he made the save. But with the penalties, you can't argue too much. I don't think any keeper wants to stay still in the middle. They always try and dive, and he even nearly got to the second one in a way, but the power took it past him. So you can't really blame Dúbravka. It's the defence and Brucey's fault for the loss today. So I'd give Dúbravka a 5.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, Dúbravka never really does much wrong. Every now and then he makes like a silly mistake. Mainly like in other seasons. I think this season he's been pretty consistent. I think the only mistake I can really think he was at fault was the Villa equaliser. But any time we talk about Dúbravka, every player ratings would do. Like what we say, like any goals he conceded, even in a defeat, like he couldn't really have done much better than them. Like them two there, I think he had a pretty good game. Conceded 2 goals, obviously penalties, absolutely smashed in, but pretty close to the second one. So no fault really on Dúbravka's part for me.
All right, let me pick whoever you want.
Going to the right where Javier Manquillo started, and that was very, very, very disappointing.
Like, to say the least.
And but like we spoke about it in the review, and we'll get more into it now. Manquillo and Fernández shouldn't have been playing. They've played every single game since the restart, and I know people say like, "Oh, they're professional athletes; they get paid X amount of thousands a week." But it's a strain on anyone. Like this amount of games, like the amount of minutes that they've played, it's going to take the toll eventually. Like it's entirely squad depth. It's the rotation issue here. Like Manquillo, he looked slow from the start. And I conceded a penalty. I'll talk about that in a sec. But he was slow right from the start. Like he was shite all game. Sloppy passes. Just wasn't up for it. And I know people have been saying like, oh, he shouldn't have gotten these contracts. I think that's bullshit. Like him and Fernández were probably 2 of our most consistent players after the restart. I thought they were both great. I think Manquillo does deserve a contract. He established himself as number 1 right back ahead of both Kraft and Yedlin. Well deserved. But the day he just looked absolutely knackered from minute 1. It's like he couldn't be arsed. Then they made a change. They took Rose off for Kraft. So Manquillo went over on the left-hand side. And I think within about a minute, 2 minutes of being on the left-hand side, committed a stupid foul. Had his hands on him from outside of the area to in the area. He must have had his hands on him for about a good 3 seconds. And like I was saying during the live stream, get your hands down. I could say that coming from a mile off. As soon as I seen his hands on him in the penalty area, I thought, that's a penalty. And then straight away, goes down, whistle blowing, stone wall, can't argue it. So stupid, sloppy, but tired. I blame Bruce. But Manquillo was shit. Probably have to give him a 3.
Yeah. I'll go when we carried on with Fernández, who clearly needed a rest. I mean, the reoccurring theme here for Federico Fernández has been pulling people down because you can't catch them. Yeah. He's done it the last few games in a row. He's went from being solid to lackluster because I think you can tell he's just knackered. Lascelles was having to carry him the day, who I thought was brilliant. But Fernández was just poor, slow off the mark, slow getting back. He did best thing he done was the assist on it for Gayle. Great flick on, great training ground move. That broke away. Nobody anywhere near him though. So nice flick on. Gayle gets it. So good in that sense. But at the back, he just scared. Now I remember he gifted Watford the goal before, didn't he? He passed it straight to Will Hughes, who passed it to Deeney. Unbelievable that pass to put it on a plate for Watford before that. So he needs a break. I blame Brucey for that one as well. I don't know why Schär just didn't go into centre back. Fernández have a break. Matty or Benton play in the middle of the park. But Fernández for me, poor day at the office. I give a 3 as well.
On the other hand, though, like I said, Lascelles being carried by Lascelles. Missed the last game out due to injury against Man City. Came back today. He was brilliant. I thought he was absolutely solid at the back. Like we spoke about how tired Fernández and Manquillo was. If it wasn't for Lascelles at the back today, like Schär's been poor lately. Kraft played centre back the other day. Clearly not a centre back. I think if either one of them were in, we probably wouldn't have been 1-0 at the half time. I think we probably would have been behind if it wasn't for Lascelles. Obviously made a brilliant last-ditch goal line clearance. Had the decision system had to check that one. The backspin almost took it behind the line. Great clearance. I thought he was fantastic. Made a couple of great clearances. Got in the way of everything. I honestly think Lascelles was brilliant. He's been a bit hit and miss between fans at times. He can be quite inconsistent. Like when he's bad, he's bad. Like what was the game the other day? I think it was the West Ham game. I thought we were shite in the West Ham game, but the day completely opposite. I'm pleased we had our captain back today. Unfortunately, he went off with an injury. Hopefully, that's not too serious. Probably unlikely that he'll play against Tottenham at this rate. Just come back off an injury and couldn't finish 90 minutes, which is why Fernandez had to play 90 minutes. So I'd probably give Lascelles an 8 today. I honestly thought he was really, really brilliant.
Perfect matchup for Troy Deeney today. Like battled well.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If Schär or Kraft had to play alongside a knackered Fernandez with Troy Deeney, he would have just bullied both of them. But Lascelles carried Fernandez and got through the game. Excellent.
Danny Rose, another dink game for Danny Rose for me.
Yeah.
Poor again, man. We said that through the live watch along that he grows into the game. I've never seen him really have a good first half. Second half, he's always much better. He has a really good half an hour in the second half where he seems to pick himself up, have a few Jaffa cakes at half time, get stuck in, win some important challenges. But the day, didn't see a good first half, didn't see a good second half like the rest of the team. But he was just slow the day. It doesn't really look that interested, does he? He's laughing things off. He's not grafting hard enough, and some of the challenges of the day weren't timed well, went out for corners, things like that. So, summing up the second half, Danny was doing it from minute one, just sloppy, poor in quality performance from Danny Rose. I think number 3 as well.
Yeah. Going to midfield then with the centre back, Schär didn't have any impact. Poor. We spoke about him like being like player of the year from last season. He's been this like modern day centre back where he's a ball playing centre back and dribble out from the back, spray Hollywood passes, shoot from long range. But I think like when he's playing these long passes, it's from the centre back. Like it comes out from the goalkeeper. He's playing it deep, looking long, spraying it long. In centre mid, he doesn't get that time. He gets more time at the back. Like if like a striker isn't going to press him, he's got any time in the world to pick his pass. At centre mid, he's right in the mixer. That's where everybody is. Like you haven't got that much time. You need to be quick. When you need to get the ball, you need to kind of already be like one step ahead, thinking ahead, know where you're going to pass to before the ball even comes to you. Like the day, like he was taking too long on the ball, taking too many touches, getting tackled fairly easily. His passes were poor. I think he made 1 or 2 decent passes, to be fair to him, but he's just not cut out for centre mid in the Premier League. I know he's been playing a DM role there for Switzerland and stuff. Like I think he can play there, but he's just on a downer at the minute. His last few performances have been abysmal. And we said before the game, this could be an opportunity for him because the last 2 games where he's getting so much stick were against Man City. Like maybe it's like give him a break, lay off him. Today was a huge opportunity for him against a team like Watford sitting in 17th, but didn't do it today for me. But as you said before, he should have been playing centre back. He shouldn't have been in centre mid.
No. I think we've said he's much better in the back 5. He's much better when he's got Lascelles doing the hard work from him. He's much better when he's got time on the ball. He doesn't get that in centre mid. Watford were all over him, and he just couldn't handle it. He was so slow on releasing the ball, and he was getting fouled. He was giving away fouls. I was really disappointed with Fabian Schär. Like, looks a shadow of his former self. I hope we can get a system working and get him back to his best, like, because he looks like a different player from last year. John Joe Shelby alongside him. Much better first half after how poor Shelby was when he captained the side against City. He showed more energy in the first half, getting on the ball a lot, spraying balls left and right, going forward. Good with set pieces as well. His delivery was much better from corners. But then, like the rest of the side, second half just didn't turn up, didn't offer anywhere near enough. So he can have a 5.
Yep. I'll go to right mid then, and everybody's favourite, Saint-Maximin. First half was amazing, absolutely incredible. Pleased to see him back, like Lascelles and like Almirón. I think they were hugely missed against Man City. Like I don't think we were going to get anything against Man City anyway, but missing them 3 was huge. And I think within the first 10 minutes, we could see how much of an impact them 3 coming back had. Like Saint-Maximin, quick on the wing, put a couple of great crosses in, just not enough. I think maybe if Carroll was there with longer legs or a longer body to get on the end of it instead of midgets like Dwight Gayle and Almirón, Could have been great. Had a couple of opportunities. Maybe should have gotten a goal in the first half. It was maybe a bit of a poor shot. It was well saved, but I think he could have maybe done more to get the goal. And we should have had a goal in the second half. Obviously, put in the end by Craig Dawson. It was no goal. Great attack on his own. Maybe took a little bit too long to decide what he was going to do. But at the end of the day, the ball ended up in the back of the net, and that's all that we really needed. But I don't know what BT's game is. Didn't even show a replay. Didn't go to VAR. To us, at the first glance, it looked just onside, but they didn't show a replay. Like, let us make our minds up. If VAR aren't going to show it, at least if VAR aren't going to review it, at least let us be the deciders. Let us know if it was onside or not. But didn't even show you a replay on not BT. Sorry, what was it? Amazon. Right, so. But good game overall. Class in the first half. I think everyone was slower in the second half, but he still tried to make an impact where he could. So I'll give Maxi a 7.
I'll go Almirón then, since we mentioned Saint being back. Miggy was back, and Miggy was bouncing all over the shop first off. Good to see him putting defenders and keeper under pressure. He just gives us that element, doesn't he, when he turns on the ball and darts at people. So he was a bright spark first off, and like everyone else, dull second half. Didn't get active enough. Wasn't on the ball enough. I thought him and Gayle were linking up very well though. First off, some good giving goes. So it was good to see him back. He did well. He did all you could ask from him in the first half, and second half, our team didn't turn up. But Almirón himself, I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, good game. Left, Matt Ritchie, disappointing again. I can't remember the last time Ritchie really impressed me, to be honest.
Sheffield United. Scored and got an assist.
Yeah, he did all right, but the assist, though, it was a shite ball in. It was a defensive mistake. Like, his delivery just isn't good enough. Like, I think he grafted hard in that game. Like, yeah, he was okay. Like, he grafted, he tried to get some balls in, scored a brilliant goal, but he's just not good enough. I don't think his delivery's poor. I said it like in the live stream. I like his intensity. Like, he gets right stuck in. He's a very passionate player, but sometimes I think that can be a bit too much. I've seen the last 2 games.
First penalty.
Yeah, I think he's done a bit too much. Like the Man City game, he came steaming in and caused the own goal. Really, unfortunately, took a nick off Fernandez, and Fernandez got credited with the own goal. But for me, I think that was Ritchie's mistake. And for the penalty today, the first goal, I think I've seen a lot of people saying that it wasn't a penalty, but it was. I think like from one angle, the first replay we seen of it looked like a dive, but on the other one, he caught Firmino's knee or whatever, whoever he was. Firmino, the right back, came steaming in, caught his knee, clearly penalty. It is. If it went to VAR would have said the same thing. But I think he just tries too hard, and the end product just isn't enough. So another disappointing day for me for Matt Ritchie. So I'll give him a 4.
Dwight Gayle, who I said will probably score in this game because he's playing one of the bottom teams, couldn't miss from where he was this time. Little tapping at the back post. But then he has a good chance at 1-0 when he blazes it over, and he should do better there for me. Like, the ball's played in, and it's a snapshot, it's a volley, but it's over the bar. At least test the keeper from there. But apart from that, though, I won't be too harsh on it, to be honest. I thought he had a good game. I thought he really linked up well, like I said, with Almirón. He was coming deep. He was shrugging off some big defenders, laying off the ball. I remember when Saint-Maximin did have that one-on-one, it was him with a lovely little flick when he was on the ground to set off Allan Saint-Maximin on a run. So Gayle did his job, did his role well today, took his goal early on. So I give Dwight Gayle a 6.
Yeah. I don't really think we can tackle with the subs, to be fair. Didn't make much of an impact. Brucey.
Too late and too shite.
Yeah. Literally. I think we only made 4 as well. Obviously 5 available now. We only made 4 changes. Not impactful enough. Too late. Too poor. Wrong decisions. Took a centre-back off for a winger. Took a striker off for a centre-mid. Bollocks.
Well done. Yeah. Right then, drop your player ratings in the comments below. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. See you later.